Hello guys, Matthew here from Orkney Strength Coach. Another exercise video for neurological conditions. This week's workout is considerably more difficult than the previous 2 weeks. So I would say if you have issues getting from the ground to standing, or if you struggle to stand up for long periods of time, or you're not steady on your feet, to go to one of my previous 2 neuro videos. So I will put a little thing up there that you can click on to go to them. What you'll need for the session today is a weight of some description. So I'm fortunate in that I have some weight plates. That's 2.5 kilograms, and that's what I would use. That's plenty, probably a bit too much for a lot of folk. So, a can is absolutely perfect. Barbecue beans, and a strap. It can be a band, strap, belt, whatever it is, it doesn't matter much. Anyways, let's get started. We'll just begin with some twists. That'll be quite a common theme throughout today's session. There's going to be a lot of big movements involving your legs and your arms, twisting movements. So we're just going to start with that. Then going for low twists and high twists after that. And after that, we'll go into semi-squat wood chops. So you're doing a half squat. You can use a chair if you need here to sit on. And you're starting on one side, going right up to the other. Now really trying to exaggerate this movement, make it as big as you can. Ankle circles next. Pretty straightforward, I don't think I really need to explain them. I should have said in the intro that this workout will be structured as a series of small circuits. I would like you to complete each of these circuits at least twice, preferably 3 times, otherwise it'll be quite a quick workout. Pelvic tilts now. As you'll see from the video, I'm pushing my bottom backwards and then tucking my pelvis under my body, squeezing my butt cheeks and using my core to draw in as well. Really good if you ever get lower back pain, and this can be done from standing position, seated, or from lying down. A must for anyone with neuro conditions. Right, now that we've gotten ourselves moving and a little bit warm, we're going to move into some stretches. Again, whilst you're doing these, take as long as you need. So the first one is a straightforward hamstring stretch. Foot up, toes pulled back, and just leaning forward. Notice how I'm not rounding my back. It means you won't reach as far, but you will feel it a lot more. Right, your next one is an ankle and hip mobilizer. So you're just going to start with your feet up on the chair or the bench, and then you're pushing forward until you feel your heel starting to want to rise up. You're pushing forward and down on your knee, and you should feel this stretch in the back of your ankle and maybe in your glutes and hamstrings as well. Spend about 30 to a minute on each side doing this, pulsing back and forward, going side to side as well. New wisdom was a choice of the moment. There for you to be now and not just to become. And your last stretch. You're going to stand square onto the chair, 1 foot up, let that knee sort of hang out to the side, and then you're just going to reach down and try and touch the floor. Now you'll feel that on the leg that's on the chair, underneath your glutes and in the top of your hamstrings. You might feel it in your lower back too if you've got a tight back. A really good stretch. I absolutely love this one.
With my heart open, without the fear of pain that may find its way in. And if it did, I'd do the same.
Next up we have the hip hitch. Using one hand to support yourself. This is done best if you're actually on a step with 1 foot hanging off. Keeping your legs completely straight, you're lifting 1 foot as high as you can. Try to avoid tilting the body. You're looking to use the muscles in your hips and core to lift that foot and not tilting to the side. Of a world I'm creating that's affecting everywhere. On the day I woke, I saw us all as one. You sang to me these lyrics as if they were written to the beating of my heart. If you can feel its pulse, it's not too late to start. But it's not my place for me to offer lessons or give advice to those who have their own minds. Right, we're going to move on to a whole body motion now. Similar to the wood chops we did to start, it's squat wood chop, so you're going into a full squat, or as full a squat as you can manage. You can use the chair for this, I'm going to show you that. And you're bringing your hands the side, up and across your body, keeping the core engaged as you do. Breathe out as you reach up, and breathe in as you go down. Now the reason for all these big twisting movements is one, it's getting everything moving, but it's also been shown to be really good to do exercises like this that involve the whole body moving in high amplitude motions, as you would call them, for Parkinson's. So if you have Parkinson's, doing stuff like this that involves the whole body and twisting is brilliant. Sometimes people with Parkinson's really struggle to move in the transverse plane very well, so big twisting movements like the ones we're doing today can hopefully help with that. Okay, lower body strength now. We're doing lunges plus rotations, so you're going to step forward into a lunge, rotate both ways, then step back on the same leg. Same thing on the other leg, and back. And once you've done one of those on each leg, you're going to do the same thing but reaching upwards. And you'll see me just about lose my balance there. You might think it's a bad thing if you lose your balance when you're doing exercise, but every time you do, your muscles are working to correct yourself. So I mean, that's a good thing, and that's something that you should train. Now grab your weights, your cans of beans, whatever they are, And engage your core, engage your glutes. We're going for weighted arm circles. Oh, I think I hit my light shade there. So, weighted arm circles. Squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes. Try and get the arms as straight as you can and as big a circle as you can. Nice and slow and controlled. We're going to go for 10 each way. And then as soon as you've done your 10 each way, you're going to go for 10 each way with nothing. Now, trust me, by the end of this, you'll probably be feeling some muscles in your shoulder, your upper back, and your arms beginning to burn a little bit. That is absolutely fine. Right, grab your yoga mat. We're going to go for some glute bridges to begin on the ground. So draw your core in, make sure your back's completely flat, and then pushing your hips up as high as you can. Try and think about using the muscles in your glutes or your bottom as you do these. You're not wanting your hamstrings to be overactive, and if you start feeling cramp in your hamstrings, just stop there and move on to the next one or do a little bit of stretching. Dead bugs now. So you're lying on your back, making sure it's completely flat. You're kicking out one leg and the opposite arm overhead. Now I'm showing you different ways of doing this based on your ability. So legs fully straight is the hardest. What I'm doing now, just tapping the ground, slightly easier, and you just increase how far away your foot is from your hip to make it more easy or difficult. Excellent, that's the main workout done. We're just going to go into some stretching now. So side post stretch, really straightforward. Now your next one, you're going to put your arm up over your head and use the other hand to pull that back for a tricep stretch, and also lean into the stretch to feel it right down your side and your lats and down in your obliques too. Some sit to slouches now. Whilst you do this, try and make sure you keep your core engaged. Don't just feel this in your back, especially when you're sitting tall at the top. Try and feel it in the muscles in your glutes and in your core too. Get those hands as far back as you can whilst you reach up. A little bit of stretching for your hands and wrists now. Take a good bit of time for these, especially if you have tightness in your hands or you're prone to that. And you're going for rotations, 10 each way, repeating that a couple times. And your last stretch, surprise, surprise, it's a calf stretch and hamstring stretch using your strap. Once you've finished stretching each leg, go for 10 ankle circles each way to finish off. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that. Like I said, that was a much higher level than the prior 2 weeks videos that I've posted. You'll probably notice that a lot of the stuff in there wasn't massively different from the type of things you'd see, you know, your normal gym goer doing. That is as it should be. Obviously you want to be working within your own levels and self-regulating, doing things that work for you and avoiding things that don't work for you if you've got a neuro condition. But if you have the ability to stay active as normal, you should be trying to stay as active as you can. The benefits of exercise are universal, whether you've got a condition or you don't. So I would always say try and do something. Anyways, that's my insight for today. Thanks very much, guys. See you later.